Empowerment Time, our weekly program brought to you by Independence House. Today we continue the series about domestic and sexual violence, its prevalence, its impact on our community and those around us, and why it even happens. My name is Carrie McCarthy, counselor with Independence House, and today I'm joined by fellow colleague and counselor, Sarah Jesse. Our topic today is children who witness abuse. Sarah, can you speak to the impact of domestic violence on children and youth?
Absolutely, it's such an important topic. So kiddos who witness domestic violence at home are physically abused or neglected 15 times the national average. So they can suffer the same harm and display the same exact symptoms as children who are directly abused. If untreated, we know that trauma to this degree can thread its way throughout a lifetime. So it could show up in many different ways, whether that's unhealthy relationships, drug use, substance abuse, and emotional instability or mental health concerns. There are also many forms of violence that children experience, and parents think that they can protect their kiddos. But through doing this work, we know that children are very quick to pick up on other people's emotions. They can feel stress and tension in the home. So if they don't directly experience the abuse, that doesn't take away things that they may pick up on. And that could range from anywhere from seeing the physical remnants of a domestic violence situation. So it could be broken items strewn around the house. It could be the physical injuries left on a parent from the abuse and that sort of thing.
Okay. And can you describe, Sarah, some of the behaviors that a child may exhibit after witnessing violence in the home?
Absolutely. So as mentioned before, kids are more affected by domestic violence than we think. So this is true for kids of all ages. Among any age group, a common symptom of witnessing violence could be social isolation. It could be engaging in unhealthy relationships. So that means maybe an increase of poor boundaries with friendships. It could be not making those connections and unhealthy attachments. Older children may run away. Teenagers are more susceptible to using drugs or alcohol inappropriately, and that can always lead to addiction. Oftentimes when teenagers have experienced domestic violence, they use drugs to cope because that's what they think is appropriate. That's what they can turn to easily, you know? So internalizing these situations at home can lead to intense feelings of shame and guilt, which we know are very heavy emotions. And any kid can blame themselves for the situation at home. That's not uncommon.
Okay. And can you speak to any other behaviors that a child may exhibit after witnessing domestic violence in the home?
Of course. So there may be an increase of body pains that can range from headaches to stomach aches and any other undiagnosed reasons for these body pains. They may also display signs of regression. So that can come down to a change in sleep patterns, whether it's a lack of sleep or a change in sleep schedule. Could also be exhibited through bathroom use, whether it's an increase of accidents or refusing to use the toilet, and social interaction. So going back to those poor boundaries and unhealthy attachments. Older kids and teenagers, as mentioned before, may increase their risky behaviors. So not only drug or alcohol abuse, but it could also be in risky sexual activity as well. And then the last symptom that is very common for children who experience domestic violence is their education is at risk. So that could look like falling asleep at school, incomplete homework or schoolwork, testing poorly, or even truancy, so not showing up for school at all. So it affects kids in so many different aspects of their life.
Thank you, Sarah, for that information. Well, that wraps up our program for today. Again, we are staff from Independence House, Cape Cod's leading resource, counseling, and advocacy center to address and prevent domestic and sexual violence. Join us again next week as we discuss child sexual abuse. For ongoing information about Independence House, please go to our website at www.independencehouse.org, or if you are in need of immediate help, please call us at 800-439-6507. Thank you.